Ambassador. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So today is a very momentous episode of the EU Talk series because you are sitting here today as the interviewee and not the interviewer. So thank you very much for that. It is the final episode to wrap up the EU Talk series. So quite a different setup for this episode that we have so far.
Well, thank you, Nadine, for welcoming me today. This is indeed, it's about time that I face up the difficult questions myself.
We have a selection of photos and I'll be showing you each of them. You can just explain the background behind each photo or tell a story, whatever you'd like to share. And then we'll go from there.
I'm ready.
Okay. We'll start with a very solemn and moving picture, I would say. Yeah. Do you remember this event?
I remember vividly this event. On this picture I see Father Flavi, who has been a partner here in the Philippines for many, many years. A fearless defender of the right of the underprivileged. And this particular occasion is actually the burial of victims of EJKs. It's often said, you know, that we, European Union, would be preaching for human rights. This is absolutely not the case. Of course, human rights are part of our values, but they are as well and as much part of the Filipino values. Very moving indeed.
It is very moving. I like the name of the memorial site. It's the Dambana ng Paghilom, which means healing. Thank you for sharing that. It's very nice to know the story behind this photo. One of your travels,
yes.
One of your missions, I believe this is Siargao.
This is a small cooperative of women that we support to create a livelihood. This particular small island is off the electricity grid of the Philippines, and they have created this cooperative cultivating seaweed. In this particular instance, these are women, and women are definitely a segment of the population that is particularly active in developing livelihoods. So it's a pride again to be part of this journey, and these women have been successful in creating a place for the community. So that's very important. And the Philippines is doing quite well in terms of women's rights. This is one of the values that around the world that we gender equality and equity that we promote and fight for.
This one, it was in Tawi-Tawi.
Oh, Tawi-Tawi.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is the most southern part of the Philippines. This is a community that does not have electricity. And this is the first electrification project. It's a small hybrid power station that with our partners we created, and I see there the Mindanao Development Authority people and the electricity cooperative, and of course the local communities. Bringing electricity to this particular island is a way for them to move up in the value chain of seaweed production. I'm the first EU ambassador to go to Tawi-Tawi.
That's great. We'll proceed to the next photo.
I think this was one of the many arrivals of the COVAX facility vaccination. We have given tens of millions of vaccines to the Philippines at the time. We were always very excited, always very willing to go to the airport and welcome the batches. But it's a COVAX facility that was created during the pandemic to help distribute the vaccines that were produced mostly in Western countries, and in that case probably in the European Union. The Philippines, of course, with a population of 115 million people, was desperately in need of. I remember also that at the beginning, while we were donating vaccines to the Philippines, our own office was in desperate need of vaccination.
Oh, really?
So, but of course, we could not use the vaccines that we were donating, so we had to find other ways and wait our turn.
You look like the main character. Yes.
No, this is the headquarters of the Philippine Navy. I would say the European Union has become more and more a security actor. We realized that we were a global actor, and what happens here, so far away from the European Union, in the South China Sea, in the Pacific, is very important to our principles, to our values, but also to our interests. We have developed here more and more relations with the security providers in the Philippines. And the Philippine Navy obviously is one of them, Philippine Coast Guard as well. We have this partnership on maritime awareness, which is called IORIS Cremario. The funny one.
It's funny, yes.
That's one of the funny signs. This is pictures that says welcome back to Marawi. Marawi is both a real and a symbolic city in terms of the conflict in the south of the Philippines.
Yes.
This particular project is a temporary school. I've been to Marawi several times to see the progress. I know in particular the children were doing with school. It's a tuna, and it's a symbol of trade between the European Union and the Philippines and the European Union in that case, because indeed we have trade preferences called GSP Plus between the European Union and the Philippines, which allows the Philippines to access our 450 million consumer market free of duty for 6,000 products. And tuna, this is a tuna,
Yes.
is one of the most exported products from the Philippines to the European Union. This is a wash station
Yes.
in a school, and these kids that we see here, actually they went on to school that day, one day ahead of their back to school day, and they show me how to properly wash. How they have been, there is a sign there which explains how to properly wash your hands, and what we do there is to dry.